Hey fam, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a full face of first impressions, which I'm so excited about. All new makeup, all new products here to use, and I use them all to create this look I'm wearing now. But I do have some things to say about the products, so I really think you guys will like this video. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you want to. I would appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And subscribe if you haven't. Lately I've been uploading like every freaking day. I have a ton of new videos on my channel. Make sure your notifications are on, and please thumbs up if you watch my videos. Leave a comment down below, even if you just want to say hi. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today I'm doing a first impressions, primarily using the Urban Decay Naked Heat on the eyes. I have a bunch of other things I'm going to be trying in this video for the very first time, so I'm pretty excited about that. I love first impressions videos, but I've heard a lot about this palette and I really wanted to get down into the heart of it. Let me know if you guys would still like live swatches of these, but I honestly think we'll probably be able to get a vibe from this video on how the shadows perform and their pigmentation. First impressions, as I'm looking at it, I personally think it's beautiful. Of course, I haven't tried it yet, but I do love the shade range. I do love the shades they chose. There is the one thing that's lacking for me that I talked to you guys all about. I just think every palette should come with a matte black shadow somewhere, because for me it's just crucial. The darkest one here looks like it will be Ashes, which is kind of just like a very deep brown burgundy shade. First, to start off, we need to prime our lids. As always, I'm going to be using the Lay and Low Paint Pot by MAC Cosmetics, so I'm just going to prep this all over my eyes for our shadows. First, to start out, I'm going to take the shade Chaser with my E40 brush from Sigma, and I want this to act as our base shade. I'm just going to blend this all over the lid on top of our base to lock in that primer, to keep it from creasing, and it's just going to make all of our shadows go on a lot smoother. So I just like to sheerly lay this down everywhere and buff it out. Next, with the same brush that comes in the Naked Heat palette, I'm going to take the shade Ounce, and I just want to pop this underneath my brow bone as our highlight. So I'm just going to run it right there where we meet the other shadow. With my same E40, I now want to go into the shade En Fuego. I'm really interested in trying this as the transition shade, so I'm going to start building this through my crease. Sorry if you can hear Lola back there. She's running around like a mad woman. That's actually going on darker than I thought it would, which I'm, pleasantly surprised with. I thought it was going to be a little bit more sheer just from all the reviews I've been watching, but so far on me, it's going on fine. There it is so far, just those 2-3 colors. Yes, we did the base color, the crease color, and the highlight color. And so far, I like it. I actually want to add a touch of He Devil here. Same brush, sticking with that same guy. And I'm going to start working this on the inner half of my crease and add it into the En Fuego shade that we already laid down. Sorry, oh my gosh, I got the sleepies today, you guys. It's a Monday. We're really working that on this inner corner. I want it pretty blown out. From here, I'm going to go back into Ashes actually and apply a little bit more of this to my inner and outer crease. This is the F63 Airbrush Blender Brush. It's actually meant like for your face and for concealer, but I love it for the crease. So I'm going to pack that right on this outer half. Packing that on. I'm kind of doing like a packing motion because I do want to see how it goes on just as a shadow without being blended. In my opinion, that's pretty pigmented. And then I'm going to start packing it through the crease as well before we do a final blend out. Taking my blending brush again, I didn't pick up any additional shadow. I'm just using that to kind of work everything together, marry all the shades together. No, I'm kidding. People always laugh at me when I say married together. I've been obsessed with this En Fuego shade in this. I'm going to take a little bit more of that. And I want to focus this on the inner corner here now. Just packing that in and working that upwards. From here, I'm going to take my Lay and Low Paint Pot one more time on a little synthetic brush, and I'm going to use this on the lid. From here, I'm first going to take the shade Ember with a flat shader brush, and that's going to intensify the shadow a bit. I didn't wet my brush or anything. I just want to see how it performs on its own with the primer. I think that's really pretty. Doing the same on this side, just packing that on. Then with a smaller shader brush, this is the E34 from Sigma. I'm going to spray it with some makeup setting spray, and I want to pop into the shade Scorched right here. This looks gorgeous. I'm just going to layer Scorch right on this inner corner and work it into the rest of the lid here. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Oh, Scorched is bae. I will say I'm suffering quite a bit of fallout, but these shades are pretty, they're like, you know, those type of dark shades that fall out easy, but I am experiencing fallout. Focusing on the liner for a second, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Aqua XL Color Paint in the shade Black. Well, it's M10, but it's black. Now I'm going to take this with my EO6 winged liner brush from Sigma. I am kicking myself a bit for doing my foundation first, so I'm definitely gonna have to touch that up in a second. For now, let's throw on some mascara. I'm gonna use my Sigma Beauty Monumental Lash Mascara in the shade Black. On my waterline, I'm going to take one of my favorite liners from Urban Decay. This is in the shade Bourbon. It's definitely not new. This is an old liner, so you should still be able to find this. You might actually already have this in your collection because it's been out a while. But I'm just going to tightline my lower lash line with it. And then I, of course, want to soften that out with this shader brush. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous is this eyeliner? I mean, honestly, I feel like it always just makes my eyes look so much brighter and just more colorful. I don't know how to describe it. I just love it. I have no words. I just love the shade. To lock that in, I'm going to set it with a little bit of Ember. And we're just gonna pat that right on top to set our liner in so it does not move or go anywhere. Next, before we clean up all of this mess, I'm going to throw on some lashes. Honestly, I don't know what style these are. I know they're from Violet Voss, but I lost the box that they come in, so I don't have the name. But when I figure them out, I will, of course, link them down below. What do you guys think of that shadow? I freaking love it. I'm sorry, I really love this palette. I was trying to find and see what everyone was hyping up and what they didn't like about it. And I could totally understand on other people's complexion maybe. I can't see how it works on them because I can only use it on me, and I'm very fair, so things do show up probably easier on me than they do on others. But I will say on me, I loved the palette. I really love this shadow palette, you guys. I'm not just saying that. I'm very excited by this. Now I want to clean up the rest of the face before I apply my bottom mascara, just because. So I was sent some new concealers by Lancome Cosmetics. You guys, seriously, I did not pay for these, but you guys, look at these shades. Look at this color range. I can't believe it. A whole range of correctors, and there looks like there's something for everybody. I'm personally going to try out the yellow today on myself. I really like to use yellow to brighten up my under eye and things like that. This is the Tiente Doll Ultra Wear Concealer, or Camouflage Concealer, in the shade yellow. I'm going to take my Sigma 3D HD Blending Sponge. Wow, this is like way more pigmented than okay. I took way too much. Oh, that's a lot. That is pigmented. Oh my goodness. I took way too much. But anyway, I'm just going to keep blending this in, trying to anyway, underneath my eye. I am pleasantly surprised at how pigmented that was. A lot of times you get these correctors and they sheer out a lot once they start blending on the skin. But this is like super duper like heavy duty concealer. So just gonna blend it in like that as much as we can, and then we're going to top our other concealer on top of it. But you guys, if you do pick these up, only use the smallest drop. Like, take a drop and then you're probably gonna need even less than that. You know what I mean? It packed on a lot of color right away. Just because I'm gonna try some on my chin, everywhere that I like a little brightening. Oop. Also, I got so much in my hand, I really don't want to waste it. So also move some in the center of the forehead here for brightening purposes. I love a little light up in here. What is the best corrector you guys have ever used? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to take a little bit more of that yellow, just what's left on my hand, so I can use this up underneath my contour point. Then for concealer, I have two shades here. I have 215 Buff N, and then I have 220 Buff C. So I'm going to take the 215 Buff N. I do love the little applicator, just like a little squeeze out concealer. And I like that the nozzle's really small, so hopefully you won't use too much like I did. And then I'm going to layer this right on top of the yellow, and we'll see how that covers and mixes and all that. Wow! I'm impressed! It is covering it right up. Sometimes you get those correctors where it's like, it just starts to mix or peek through and you can't really fix it, but I think this looks great. I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, of course, it's like a staple. And I'm gonna lock that in right underneath my eye on top of all that concealer we just laid down. I like to work it onto the forehead too to avoid any creasing and work it down the nose. And then after I feel that has baked enough, I'm going to gently sweep that away. Lancome has also launched these beautiful, they look gorgeous, Click and Glow highlighting products that looks like, yeah, it's an illuminating fluid. Oh, it's a fluid, interesting. So what should we use? This is 02 Lumiere de Rose. That's pretty. I always love what Lancome names their, what the frig is this? This looks like a little alien penis, I don't know. There's a button on the end here, and that's what you click, 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 and I get, oh, there she blows, you see her? See that little baby coming out there? I'm gonna click this on my inner corner. That's kind of nice that it's got a little stamper there. I hope this doesn't fudge up my whole look. Let's try one down the nose. What shade is this? This is 03, oh, this is just number 3 Lumiere Rose. Interesting. It's kind of doing that annoying thing where it removes any makeup you had on underneath it. I hate that. So you probably need to use it when your concealer's wet or whatever. So I don't know if you guys are aware, you probably are by now, but Makeup Forever has come out with these new artist face colors. This is their color range they have here. 34 shades, infinite possibilities. They say highly pigmented, blendable, and long lasting. You can get a little single case for it, a duo case for it, or a trio. So they sent me a few to try. This I'm excited to try. I'm hoping it's like my perfect contour color. I'm gonna take my Soft Focus Shader E52 brush from Sigma to use this contour shade. I'm trying it as a contour. I've never used it before. And I'm gonna run that down. Oh, fudge. Oh, that's pretty. I think that did a nice job. I just want it subtle, but as I put on like a huge layer. I'm gonna take the Sigma Beauty F23 brush, the soft angle contour, which I love. It's a nice fluffy angled brush. Oh, lovely. This is like my ideal contour shade. I don't even think I told you guys the shade name yet. I need to look on the bottom of it. Also gonna add some on the temples here because it changes my life. It makes me feel whole. This is very pigmented, but you know what I noticed is that it's going on soft. It's really applying softly. Miss Jessie J even came out with her own little collab with Makeup Forever, as did a bunch of other YouTubers, which is pretty cool. So this is what her palette looks like. You have a beautiful blush, bronzer, and highlighter. Let's add just a smidgen of the bronzer. You guys know I get bronze like crazy. Oh, it's kind of coming up like blush on me. That's interesting. It's a little rosy. It's like a rosy bronzer. I'm also going to pop on that blush because why not? Let's try it. That's pretty. That's pretty much what I like. I like a kind of like a brighter pink grapefruity blush. I feel like this is a blush that Kate Middleton would love. Just think about it for a second. Could you imagine growing up a commoner and becoming a princess? It's just like a real life dream come true. I'm just obsessed with Kate Middleton and her whole life. Now for highlighter, I could use that one in the palette, but I've been dying to get into this, you guys. This is the ColourPop Cosmetics I Like Your Face palette, which is just hilarious. Or it's the Gimme More palette, I guess, actually. The Gimme More highlighting palette. For this look, I think I want to try Upgrade, which is this one here in the middle. It honestly just kind of looks like a shade that I would use a lot. So I'm going to take that. This is my Sigma E38 diffused crease brush. Get some on there. And I'm going to first work this down the nose. Well, that's pretty. I love that shade. In fact, I'm going to take some on my inner corners on top of that Lancome we laid down because it was just a little deep for me. I'd like it a little brighter. Let's get some on the Cupid's bow because of course, right? No, it's about to rain and I want to go take sexy photos outside of my makeup. I'm also going to add some right up on the temple area. Like a little pop of shimmer here. I love highlighting with a shadow brush. I don't know about you guys, but I think it makes it like get a lot of great control. Switching up to my F35 highlighter brush from Sigma Beauty. I'll pop this on my cheekbones and oh, I love this shade. Curve it up into my temple area. I love it, I love it. Let's set that with my Urban Decay Chill Spray. I just freaking saw this eye pencil that Urban Decay sent over in the shade Alkaline. I thought this was for your lips. I've been waiting to use it as a lip liner this whole time, and it's for your eyes. I need to layer this on top because it's just the most beautiful color, I swear. I love a burgundy eyeliner. They're so hard to find, and I used to have a good one from Stila, but I think that they discontinued it because a lot of people were having eye problems from it. Oh! This is beautiful. Do you see how it just like, bam, just like popped it up? For lip liner, I'm going to take, what is this? Lion King from ColourPop Cosmetics. I guess we'll do Fuel. I don't want it to get too dark. So I'm going to take Urban Decay's Fuel lipstick on top of this. I know it's a lighter shade, but I don't want this to get too dark, so that's what we're going to do. I really love this makeup. I'm not just saying that, you guys. I had a great time with the Urban Decay Naked Heat eyeshadow palettes. I thought it was really beautiful, and I love this look that I created today. I think it just makes my eyes pop, and I think it could do the same for you. I do really like the shade range in the palette. I think it's really lovely. So if you're a naked palette collector or just a makeup collector in general, or something in it, you know, caught your eye, I would definitely take a second look at it. I know a lot of the beauty community trashed it and really didn't like it. Some of my favorite YouTubers didn't like it, so I was like, oh no, if she doesn't like it, I won't like it for sure. And then I actually tried it out today and I really love it, and I can tell I'll probably get a great use out of this palette coming up. I know I'm just one person though, so of course, you know, take my opinion with a grain of salt, but I really liked it. I also love that Lancome concealer. It is quite yellow, and I will say I kind of feel like a Kardashian because when you see them, they're like so yellow under the eye. I kind of feel like that, but I like it. I think that Lancome concealer, this yellow one, was like the game changer of this video. I loved this concealer. I'm excited to use this, especially on days where maybe I didn't sleep enough the night before and I'm just looking super saggy and dark in the eyes. When I'm tired, it all shows in my eyes, so I'm excited to have something to brighten up. And I thought the Teddy Doll Ultra Wear concealer, the camouflage concealer just in your normal skin tone, worked just as well as the corrector, so I'm really excited about that. Genuinely, yeah, I don't think there was anything here that I didn't like. I really liked the ColourPop Cosmetics highlighter palette. Of course, I only tried one shade, but it did very well for me. Same with the Makeup Forever powders. I really liked the first contouring powder that I used, Jessie J's little compact here. I think it all did a really great job. The one thing I am iffy on actually are these Lancome Click and Glow sticks. I just don't do well with these. I really don't, not from any brand. They always tend to separate my makeup and make my foundation move and make it melt and kind of like, you know, because if you bake it and set it with powder and all that and then you put a liquid on it, I feel like it's just eating or eroding at it. I don't know if there's an oil or something in here that just kind of does that. So I'm gonna have to play with those more. I'm thinking about maybe if I mix them into my makeup or something like that, I'll like it better. Or if I apply it when all my makeup's still very wet, maybe I put it on top of dry makeup and that was my mistake. But all in all, I'm pretty pleased with everything and I love this makeup. So let me know what you guys thought about everything I used today. Have you tried any of it and what are your opinions on it? That's it for my video today, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. It helps my channel out so much and I really appreciate when you guys do that. I love you so much and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!